You already know what it is, man. You already know what it is. It's WXIR 100.9 FM each and every Tuesday, 4 to 7 p.m. right here, 100.9. Don't forget to check us out worldwide, 1009WXIR.com. Swear. Me did tell no sir. Me did tell no sir. Me want to know from yesterday. Say one of my favorite persons to interview will be checking in with us today. You know what I'm saying? One of the most talented people in the world. People love say in our reggae music and all in the world. Right? So right now, Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo, Toronto, all upstate, east side of New York. I have the lovely, the wonderful, the beautiful, the talented, the Grammy nominated, the singer, the songwriter, the producer. Etana is on the line right now. Good evening, Miss Lovely Empress, Miss Singstress, Miss Producer, Miss Writer, Miss Everything right now, Miss Everything.
Hey, what's going on?
Good evening. How are you this lovely Tuesday evening?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm better now. I'm much better. It's always better when I have you on the line. Always better. Always. Good. So
yes,
I'm gonna jump right into it. Week from this past Friday, you dropped Gemini.
Yeah.
A well-needed, let me tell you, a well-needed album inside of the space where we're in right now, in this time. A well-needed album. What was the thought process behind Gemini?
They say, well, I've been working with a few people in music on my last two projects, which is Reggae Forever and I Rise album. And it dawned on me that most of the crew was Gemini, including myself. And I said, you know what, let me just make this official and just, call the project Gemini. And one of the other reasons why I did it is because they say Geminis adjust and adapt easily, and they get along with everybody and every other sign of the zodiac. So then in this time, I think those are some of the traits that we all need. We all need to adjust and adapt as much as we can, and we need to get along. We need to stick together.
That's a fact. That's right now. That's definitely what we need right now in this time. I've listened to the album at least 5 times, not gonna lie. 5 or 6
Wicked.
times. 5 or 6 times, not gonna lie. And there are several songs, of course, always. So first thing I'm gonna ask you, because like me says, songwriter, singer, producer. How much song? I know in the last album you produced pretty much all I sang them. But on this album, how much input or how much songs did you produce on this album? I didn't look at the credits as of yet.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, maybe half the album. The half the album, and then the track Bubble came from TJ Records.
Cool shot.
Actually, TJ Records and Barbed Wire also contributed to this album, and maybe one other person. So the crew was very small, but we made do.
See it there. So since March we're there in a lockdown, right? Since March, pretty much.
Yeah.
So did you have most of the album before everything happened, or did you made some of it during when everything kind of started, lockdown and all these things?
Well, I had some of the songs demoed from November, December of 2019, because I knew I had the project to work on, right? So I started to get the tracks together. I really started putting in the work in January. And then the end of February came, and then this whole thing came along, and we jumped into voluntary house arrest, I call it, in the beginning of March. So, yeah, I completed the whole thing by the end of March.
Wow. So take me through Etana's, mind as all of this is progressing from say February. So may I ask you, when you start hearing about Corona and all these things now, which part in the world you did that?
I was coming from New Zealand, right? And when I landed, I remember they were saying, people are testing people and they might check your temperature when you land. I landed in, I flew from New Zealand, landed in Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
When we landed in Hawaii, nobody checked anything. I landed in like sardine tight, like we were jammed in the baggage area, and there was a lot of Chinese people in there going to that party over there in California. They were, how they had the Chinese celebration thing.
Yeah.
So the airport in Hawaii was jammed, and when we were reaching California in LA, it's even more jammed. A lot of Chinese people everywhere you turned. It was just like, and I was like, what's going on? And then when I started to check in, I realized they had that celebration going on in California. But nobody checked our temperature. Nobody checked anything. I was like, okay, so maybe it's not that serious then, Only till when we reach home, I see it all over the news, and it really started to settle in. I'm like, okay, this is for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. So, like, as you're seeing this on you and your team up on the road now, I travel, I do shows. Like, when did you realize that, I can't move again?
No, it was in March, right?
Yeah.
It was in March. All right, so I was going to put on my first event with a partner in UK. We had a venue that was like 250 people, and we had to change the venue because the tickets were selling too fast.
Wow.
So we changed the venue and got a bigger venue, and then they closed the borders, right? And we said, oh, this don't look good, right? So we start to watch. I would start watching and say, okay, so maybe it'll open in summer, right? Because the event was in May.
Right.
So we sit there, we look, and then they started playing the numbers of the death toll, whether it was from corona or other illness, and they piled it up to make it look like it's all corona, whatever they're doing.
Right.
But they started showing us all those numbers, and I was like, yes, so this is not going to happen. So when we realized that it was getting worse now, and they started to show the numbers in Italy, I said, you know what, I'm going to cancel the show. And we just refunded everybody same time.
Wow. That's crazy.
We refunded every single ticket, everyone. And we canceled the whole tour that was booked from March.
Yeah. Like
the one-off dates. The back-to-back shows for 4 weeks straight was in the U.S., which would have started in March, in May, sorry, and then but the touring dates went all the way to August, and we had to cancel every single one of them. A whole year.
Jeez, like.
Yeah, because the reason why, when you think about it, like say for example, we said we could have keep the August dates then.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what the new restrictions are going to be.
Right.
And we don't know what is going to be required to get to these places. Because some of these places was like in Germany and France and, other countries. And I'm not sure what the whole thing is going to be now. Yeah. So, and for people to gather, we're going to have to wait till all of this pass and boil over before them can say, all right, people can gather again to over 500,
Exactly. And I truly believe that the entertainment business is going to be the very last piece of it. Like the very last piece.
You're not the only one. I believe so too.
I believe the entertainment is going to be hurt the hardest because, like I said, you can't really social distance a show. You can, but you can't. Like,
you can't. No, you can't.
Can't.
I thought about it. I said to my team, I was like, so hold up, no. We have to go put people in our 6 feet box, right?
Right.
And they're going to have the glass over them face. They're going to look at shield. And then they're going to have to get straws to drink the juice out of the straw.
And that's my part right there. So boom. So you're my theory right now. So them I say boom, like right now we're in New York right now, and them say you can't go at some bars, and when you go to the bars and these restaurants you have to wear your mask. But guess what? to eat and drink, me have to take off your mask. So after that, it's
Right.
done. So after that, it's over. It don't really matter. It don't really matter. It's
And not
over.
only that, though, like say for example, like you can control like the gate to say how many people can actually come in.
Right.
But then what's the point of renting a venue, right?
Yeah.
All the expenses it takes to actually put that event together by, putting all the instruments and all the lighting and all this stuff. And then on top of that, what you can charge people to come in at one time like this, it would have to be like the people who really, really rich to pay a certain amount of money that would cover the cost for the venue in the first place if you only have like 40 people or 50 people in there.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it don't make sense, It not gonna make sense for a whole heap of people.
Yeah, it right now it's gonna be rough for a while as far as
And not
shows.
only that, a lot of people were not able to work.
Right.
A lot of people holding on to like the last day of rent
Exactly.
right now. Because, I question this thing, Let me tell you one of the things that boggles my mind, right? Me say, if a major corporation like some of these airlines and some of these major companies, right, can't survive 3 months of a dip, not even a crash, a dip in the economy.
Exactly.
How are they expecting the average person, right, with a job, a 9-to-5 job, to survive a dip in the economy for over 4 months? How?
Look, that's the same
on
thing.
$1,200 on top of that.
Exactly. No, I look there. No, that's the same thing I've been asking from day one. All these big billion-dollar company, millions and billions of dollars of company, can go a few weeks without lay people off, fire people, and can't pay nobody. Everybody go up on unemployment. Oh, exactly what you said.
They lying.
Right, something
lying.
something all right, something all right,
God,
something are going. $1 billion company, I said, they have to shut down.
I think, trust me, I personally think that you do have some of them really who were on the verge of bankruptcy before.
And this just make it worse. Just pop the bubble.
Yeah, and the dip just made them fall. But then you do have some, I think, who were just like, oh, okay, not my money, and just lock up shop and was like, no, we done. We not play. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a whole heap of things.
It's definitely mind-boggling at what's the state of everything that's going on. And like we said, the last part.
But are we, like the average, I think it's just the people, like the regular everyday people who work and pay rent and pay bills and things. I think they get hit the hardest.
Always. Always.
The people who are on the news, they get paid every day because they're going to work every day.
Exactly. They have something to report
They
every
can always
day.
stand there talking about, oh, stay home and don't come out. What the hell, you're paying my bills?
Right. The average person, have to find somewhere to make them bills.
Exactly.
If you live every day, just a regular
basic. Whole heap of things are going.
Day. I swear. So how are you surviving right now? How are you? Are your spirits up? We know the album drop. It's doing well, and the album has an uplifting feeling that is really needed. Not just in reggae music in general, but in the world today. I'm perplexed. I'm gonna keep it 100 today as always. I'm perplexed, not just at that right now within this time in history, because this is a time in history with everything I go on. It's a time in history that I don't hear more feel-good music as I thought I would within the last couple months. So it's good to have an album like yours that's versatile, have feel-good song, have some realistic song too, have some song that you can tune out from what's going on in our world too. You still need that for tune out.
That's exactly, you said the key thing right there, tune out. Like I purposely created this album to kind of like take the person's mind away at least for a good 45 minutes or more, just away from the madness, right?
Right.
It's like it lifts you up and it takes you somewhere else. And that's what I wanted the album to be. And it's just, I'm glad that I'm able to do that.
Right. I tell people, I tell people all the time, turn off your TV, turn off your Facebook, turn off your Instagram, because it will stress you out. It will kill you.
But not only that, you learn all of this thing that's happening, right? And you learn all of the plans they have and all the stuff. And then to me, I'm thinking, oh my God, I feel like a pawn in a game, right? Like I'm sitting here thinking what they're going to do with me next, what's their next move, And And but when you learn all of that stuff, it's like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You know, are you gonna be stressed out about it, or are you just gonna live? And me, I'm just gonna live. Me, I gotta stay up on the happy side. I just gotta do that because me I can't, you know, I can't go where Fauci is at and them, so I have to stay where I am.
Right, exactly. It's crazy.
And just create music.
Just a crazy time in our world right now. This is history that we're living in right now. This will, you know, old people used to say, well, in my days, you guys never were. Guess what? Oh no, dear, no, it's not like this one. Oh no, dear, stop that done from now.
Oh my God.
Well, back in my days, no, that them the days that is today. Oh no, tell me no, or I go on to the cars.
And that me tell somebody last night, and I said, listen, you know what the best thing is? Because she was saying, you know, it's a hard time, and you know how she list all the problems, how children are being molested, people are losing jobs, people losing them house, people don't have nowhere to live, people this and all of things. And I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, we'll be able to say that we been through it. Like
Right.
we started, we've been there and done that, and we'll be able to say, and look at us now, you know.
Right.
At least that's what I'm hoping to see, that we'll be able to just get through it and overcome.
Crucial. See it that definitely. So people, if you don't know, Etana is probably one of the most outspoken artists in our business, right?
All the time, and they don't like that.
and more time, them try to troll her, but she would troll them back too, right? So
I sure do, all the time.
so she would troll them
No,
back.
but you know what it is? It's you know, one of the most craziest experience that I've had with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you troll me, right? But then when I clap back, you're cussing me about the clap back. Like, how is it that you can't handle what you started? You started it.
Right. That's a fact. Everybody turned victim. Everybody turned victim after. Everybody turned victim.
Yeah, they start crying. Like, why? Don't cry. You started it.
Started this madness. Crazy. So like, so with that, so last time we talked about we talk about politics a little bit. So where do you stand right now in that 2020? I'm going at 2021 election time. I roll up in our United States. Where you stay, you know?
Man, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Like, it's just so much going on at one time. Like, I don't know how they managed to cram all of this stuff all in one.
1 year.
Like, I've never. All right, so like, you ever seen, like, I don't know, like, all right, so when we're in Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
And it used to be, like, a couple of years ago, election time, enough people used to get murdered and, you know, side on side of fight and, you know, turf war and all them things. And we used to think, oh, my God, you just want to get away because it's just so terrible, right?
Yeah.
I never would have thought in a million years that that America, well,
almost reached that. So.
Well, I know. I'm fix it, because if you read in a history, right?
Yeah.
You will learn that, like, thousands of people were killed at one point to vote a certain direction, right? And they killed out like thousands of people in order to get them to vote for this particular party, right?
Boy. Look, they know.
Yes.
I see where you are going. Me see where you are going.
And I'm saying that at the end of the day, no, again, it almost seems like we're in this kind of turmoil just because
it's voting time.
They want things to be steered in one direction.
It seem like it. Look a bit. Seem like it.
Yeah. But and then you have to also think, okay, so is this really a plan unfolding and are we all getting tricked?
I read things though, like really, my thought process.
So right now, I'm just 100% like, woohoo. I don't know. I don't know.
It's crazy right now. Like this, and them talk about the second wave. First wave not done yet. What do you mean second wave? First wave not done yet. That's
why I keep on the ask. That's why I ask myself: is this something created for a political agenda, or is it really a plan that is unfolding that is going to change entirely the way we know life to be?
Right. Yes, it's definitely a change.
So right now, when somebody says, "So where do you stand?" No, I don't know. I don't know.
Yet.
I don't know.
Listen, yo, definitely change. Cause guess what? I go to the store every day. And one thing I have to make sure I have my car key, I have my cell phone, I have my watch. And guess what? You have to make sure you have your mask too. Make sure you have your mask when you go in the store too. It's like,
yeah, but you know what? Like,
it's
all
life
right,
changing.
so you have to have your mask,
Right.
but then at the same time, I don't want to be played politically.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
I don't want nobody come tell me to wear a mask because you
Right.
have your own political agenda.
Ah.
Don't do that. Like, I just don't want to do that. Like, if I wear a mask, no, if I have to go into a public place, only because it's required.
Yeah.
But to me, there's too much discrepancy when it as it relates to this coronavirus. It's just too much. Like, you have doctors coming out saying, I'm not going to lose my license for writing down a lie because this person didn't die from corona. And you're telling me, you
Right.
sent me a big old fax saying that I have to state that they died from corona. You have nurses being fired because they're not being nice. They're not following along. You have the numbers, and on top of all of this chaos and the numbers, them and everything, when those people died, they packed them up and dropped them in a big old hole. You couldn't see them. You can't bury their people. A lot of people couldn't bury their family members because they were in this hole and thing. And, and at the end of the day, now, you're telling me, and there are a lot of papers out there and people talking that, hey, some of these people who they say died from corona did not actually die from corona, but now they all in the hole together, mixed up with everybody. So how do you even know?
How do you even know the numbers not
understand what I'm
inflated?
saying?
Yeah. How you even know the numbers not
So
inflated
the
just to
numbers
scare with?
seem like they were inflated. Hey,
Just to scare with.
So then now I feel funny now playing your game or being the pawn in the game. Like, I just feel funny. I'm all twisted right now. I don't know because you guys confusing me. Wear mask. No, don't wear it.
Don't wear a mask.
I only said not to wear it because I didn't want you to get it and other people who need it can't get it.
Yeah.
Like, no, hey.
Yeah. It's too much and it's sad.
Exactly.
It's sad
so
that
when
we
you
always
ask me,
listen.
like, where do you stand?
Yeah.
No way.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know yet.
I feel like a pawn.
I don't know yet. Crazy.
I feel like a pawn. And these people lie. They're lying. And we all in the middle, we're all in the middle suffering from it, especially the children who are being molested now in this time, from the young ones, young 1-year-old all the way up to 10-year-olds in a spike. Like, people's families are being destroyed. People's lives are being destroyed. Enough of them not talk because they're trying to be good citizens and adhere to the frigging rules,
Yeah. It's crazy, Ryan. It was a crazy time. It's a mental.
But in my house,
yeah,
we just try to keep everybody happy. We play water games. We play hide and seek. We play I'm the teacher. We play school.
You try to keep it as normal as you possibly can within your.
I take them to the beach.
Yeah.
I take them to karate. I do everything.
See it,
I'm doing the mommy and the wife stuff right now.
Jeez, see it there. You just try to keep it as normal as you can within the means of keeping your people safe and like you said, you don't know.
I'm
you
the
don't
leader
know.
in this house.
Yeah.
So I have to lead.
See it there.
I mean, my husband. I'm a parent, and when I say I'm the leader in this house, don't get me wrong. I'm a wife, right?
Yeah.
So I do my wifely duties. And allow my husband to do his husband duties, and we lead. We take care of it together.
See there, that's the way it's supposed to be. So I have to watch myself sometime, but that's the way it's supposed to be, right? Yo, listen.
What I mean? Where you watch yourself from?
Listen, man. I want to keep my radio show. I want to keep my radio show on the radio next week. All right? I want to make sure we can walk in that station and nobody not there outside. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, right? I feel jeez, that's crazy. I swear it's crazy. But as we said, people, Gemini is out. Gemini is out right now. As she said, she named the album based off our one heap of people around now, including ourselves, Gemini. And as always, the album it's eclectic. It's versatile. You have some song that make you think. You have some song where make you move. You have some song that make you fall in love and light a candle and put some sage in your house and all these things too. I mean,
you know what man say? That's the vibe.
You see it.
Somebody told me that today, that it gives them like a nature vibe, like a happy outside nature vibe.
Let's see.
One of those days, he said, when the sun, nice and you know can step outside. And I'm like, good. At least it's doing exactly what I wanted the album to do.
Yeah, it takes you to places. Like I think my favorite song on the album. I think my favorite song is Party and Smoke. I think cause Party and Smoke have a smooth bass line to it, and that kick in our truck when that kick in our
It's
truck.
have a vibe,
It
don't?
got a vibe. It have a vibe there, especially when it starts.
So how come how come you're not upset about the message?
There's nothing to be upset about. To me, because guess what? You have responsible people and you have irresponsible people. You see me? So you have so you have to be able to dispense the balance the two, and know what's good for the culture and what's good for that place and time too. You see that them to know say certain things.
See there, you're a boss, man. You got it. You got it.
You have to know say so what's the saying? Too much of anything are bad things, right? I saw them say too much of anything are bad things. So let's say that you have to have things in moderation or whatnot. And you have to think about the people where they're around you and where you go places and all these things too.
Not only that, like to me, like the reason why I wrote that song, you see, is because like as a people, we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go.
Very much so.
And I think that we need to encourage each other, right? To invest in ourselves and to do the things that will advance us as a people. So, yeah, party and smoking is cool because, hey, I've done that, been there, done that, and we love to party and we love to smoke. But at the end of the day, though, like, as I said, too much of one thing, good for nothing, and we need to balance it out.
Exactly.
I'm going to say, a serious time is the word online, poverty rate to climb, gold teeth still shining, a free food line. So, it's like at the end of the day, you will go buy like a Gucci or a Prada suit, right? And then come home and then you're still getting free food from somewhere else. You still you know, your life not in order. And I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm talking like this because I'm trying to perfect my life. But at the end of the day, though, like, I need to find a way to encourage, especially the younger ones who don't believe, like at 17 or 18, that they can buy a house. Exactly. Or don't believe that they can achieve certain things because of their age and because of what they believe, because of culture and environment and whatever else, you know? Exactly. Like we need to change the talk now, change the language, change the narrative,
exactly.
You know?
Change the
Instead
narrative.
of fighting physical fights, we fight a fight that is more, I would say, analytical, more progressive, more economical, you know.
Exactly. That's facts, though. That's why I said, like I said earlier, I'm kind of amazed at this moment in time that I don't hear. Maybe I'm missing it, I don't know. But and this is in all facets of music. This is in all genres of music right now. I don't hear too much that in 10, 15 years. Me, I go say, boom, I remember when that song you dropped. I remember when that album you dropped. You see me? So, and I feel like this is a time feed. And I know I'm not expecting, me not expect a man will sing Gunman song for the last 5 years for drop one conscious song right now. me not expect that man to say, me not expect that. But still, me expect some little changes. And I mean, it's just certain, like, you drop your album is wicked. Lila Ike drop for your album, bad album. Dre Island drop for your album, bad album. The Buja album dropped last week. Cyclone, Vibes Cartel album drop. And like me say, me just know year two.
A lot of good ones.
Yes, a lot of good albums out there, a lot of good music out there. People just need to listen. And people will have time now for listen to music now. We have time. You do right now. You do not have a selector screaming over our music in a dance right now. And I change the song after 20 seconds. So you can listen to some music now. We have time. It's crazy, I swear. And I hope said that the selectors too are taking the time to listen to the music too. That we are taking the time to listen to the music, listen to the second verse, the third verse, the last chorus, and get the real message out of the song, and not just looking for a forward or money pull up. And none of them something there. So I hope the selectors are listening to the music also. Because when we do come out of this, whenever it is, I want to see the scene change. Like you said, I want to see the narrative change, not just in life, in music. I want to see these things change, and we start educate ourselves more, like you said, pana. upon
Yeah.
a different level now.
We need to get up on it. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. You know,
definitely.
like, I mean, I've seen some things and I've watched us go through, as a people go through a whole heap of things, you know, and it always, you know, it bothered me that we don't, we don't take care of each other more. And we still, you know, like fight each other in a certain ways. Or we still try pull a gun and murder one another same way and deal with one another wicked.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm saying to myself that at the end of the day, though, like a time has to come when we realize that we have to change. We have to make that change and
first.
stop waiting for these people to change it for us.
See that?
You know?
I hate that. Me feel say music is one of the.
And some people will say, "Oh, but what about Tulsa? What about Tulsa? We had it, and they burned it down." But you know what? This is what 2020 now. Different time. You think that burn down would have happened so easy now in a them time? I don't think so.
People bring that talk to me. Yo, listen, me glad to be talk to somebody with kind of somebody with absence. Cause as you bring that up, right? Somebody with absence. People tell me that all the time. Well, they did that to. Well, guess what? That was like you said. That was a different time, different people. Them people that don't really have. That was all they have right there. So and people left from for them. Them people that left from for them place go off for them place, destroy for them place, and go back at them yard. It's a difference. It's a difference.
You know what I'm saying? And they were still a lot more conditioned than we are now in this time. You know, like conditioned to not hurt the other race, not you know, conditioned to being kind and turning the other cheek. Like this is a different period.
Listen, Karen,
different set of people we live with dealing with all together.
Listen, Karens are getting boxed down left and right and center right now. The Karens, they might get boxed down left, right, and center, you know. So this is not your grandparents who are going to turn the next cheek.
Not the same people.
Not the same people.
No, this is a different time.
Crucial.
So now, like, I just think it's a time for us to just shift it for us, and then not depend on them so much to do it for us.
Crucial. People, Gemini is out there right now. All streaming platforms, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. They're everywhere right now. So, Etana, I want you to pick one song off our album for me play for the people them right now. Pick one song off our album.
What? Oh, if we do that, I do that to you.
Pick one song you want me to play for. Because guess what? I've already played about 4 or 5 already. Me play about 4 or 5.
All right, what you played already? Tell me what you played.
Me play 100 Pound the Highway. Me play Party and Smoke. I played Secret Lovers. And also me play 3. Them 3 me play already.
All right, play. All right, I'm gonna give you 2. Oh, jeez, man. That's odd for telephone. Sure. All right. Play Bubble and play Jamaica. 2 different vibes.
See there? So no
or you can play Bubble and Love. So you can pick between Bubble and Love and Bubble and Jamaica.
Crucial.
You are hard job
see it there now. See how she switch it for me now. So just look there. Swear. Etana, I want to thank you for taking the time out today to come on and bless upstate New York, Rochester, Syracuse, Buffalo, Toronto, all upstate, all these places. Thank you for taking the time out. It's as always, it's great. It's a great pleasure to hear your voice and to talk to you. Swear.
Yeah, man. Big ups to you as always. It's always good talking to you. And big ups
good.
to everybody listening.
Crucial.
More strength and life.
On the note, people, Etana, make sure to follow Etana on all social networks. Etana one strong, right? Me know that, right?
Etana strong one.
Etana strong one.
So you almost got it. It's ETANASTRONGONE. Etana strong one.
People, Etana strong one. You know she's the talented. She's the songwriter, the producer. She's the singer. It's Etana, people. This one is called Bubble. It's out the brand new album called Gemini. People, if you don't have it, go check it out. Go stream it. Go press play. All these things. It's WXIR 100.9 FM, Rochester, New York. Let's go.